In the previous unit, we created the meteorologic model for our Cedar Creek watershed. In this unit, we are going to create a control specification file or a control specification model. A control specification model basically defines the time step that we want to use to simulate the hydrology of a watershed, and then it also defines the duration on how long we want to run the simulation. So let's go ahead and create a control specification file for Cedar Creek. To create a control specification model, we will go to Components, Control Specification Manager, and say New. So control 1, we will leave the name unchanged, and then we'll just provide some description. So the description is simulation of 2005 February event in Cedar Creek, and say create. And after you see control 1 here, close the control specification manager, and then you will see another folder called control specification added to the watershed explorer. So click on the plus sign next to it and you will see control 1. So we see the description. So for start date, we know when the rainfall started, so we will use the same date, which is 21st of February 2005. We know at what time the rainfall started, so it started at 1 a.m., so we will use the same time. Now end date, we want to use a end date and time which is long enough so the simulation run completely and we get a complete hydrograph. So that is one way to figure out what end date and time you want to use. In our case, we also have the hydrograph data for that event, and you will see that the hydrograph ended at 6 a.m. on 25th of February 2005. So if you want, we can use this as our end date and time, or we can use 2 or 3 days for the simulation to run. So just to be consistent with the hydrograph data we have, we can use this end date and time. So let's go ahead and use that. So we have 25th of February 6 a.m. So end date is 25th of February 2005 and end time is 6 a.m. and the time interval that we are going to use is 10 minutes. And save. After we create the control specification file, now we are ready to run the simulation. To run the simulation, we go to compute and create compute and simulation run. So there are multiple options here. We will explore those later. So for the first simulation, we will use the simulation run option. By default, it will give a name run1, which is fine. After that, it will ask you what basin model we want to use. We have only one basin model. We will pick that. Next, it will ask you what meteorologic model. We have only one. After that, it will ask you what control specification file. We have only one. Say finish. After that is done, there are multiple ways to run the simulation. So the first option is in the Watershed Explorer, you go to compute and then you will see the simulation run folder. You can click on run one and then you can use this button that says compute all elements. That is one way to run the simulation. The other way is you go to compute menu and then say compute run one. So let's go ahead and just push this button here and then say close. After you run the simulation or during the execution, if you see any red warning, you want to address that. If you don't see any red warning, all you have are some messages, then you don't need to worry about those. Say close. And this is how you run the simulation. In the next unit, we will explore how to look at the results and also link the observed hydrograph to the simulated output. So this is it for this unit. So go ahead and save your project.